What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we've got another live fantasy football mock draft for you. Back on Yahoo with a 12-team half PPR mock where we will be selecting 11th overall. Should be pretty interesting. And while we wait for this thing to kick off, a quick reminder, if you enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe, give us a follow on Twitter X at AllDayPigskin to continue interacting with us there. Let us hear it in the comments. Any questions you guys might have, we'll do our best to answer them all. But with that being said, the draft is officially underway. And for the most part, we have a full draft lobby. So hoping we see some good drafting here, some accurate results, and that we are able to put together a pretty decent squad. So the first pick, Jamar Chase, pretty chalk right there, followed by Saquon Barkley, nothing too crazy, Bijan Robinson. I would say this is a very typical start to the first three picks. Then Jahmyr Gibbs goes at the 104, followed by Derrick Henry. 105. This is half PPR, but I mean, I understand it with the touchdown success that Derrick Henry had of the offense he's in, the way he's utilized. So, I mean, when I say that Derrick Henry at some point in the second round is a steal, I do think to some extent that backs that up here, but definitely a big time running back run. So first five picks, four of them were running back. Then it was Puka, then it was Ashton Genty, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb. And there's one more pick until our selection. So right now I'm looking at it, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I was really hoping Nico Collins would get to us there. That isn't the case. So, I'm going to make this a little bit easier on us. I want to go at least one running back here, whether that's McCaffrey or Achane. I think that, doesn't matter too much. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could go both of them, but I want to go a little bit more balanced. So maybe our second pick in the second round is going to be an Amon-Ra or a Malik Nabers, maybe a Brian Thomas if the next player selects Amon-Ra and Nabers back to back. But those would be my two highest ranked players right now at the wide receiver position. Running backs, it would be Christian McCaffrey. So again, let's see what happens. The Christian McCaffrey pick might become a lot more tempting if Malik Nabers is selected here. I will say having the PPR aspect, does boost him up compared to a Jonathan Taylor, compared to, a Bucky Irving, Kyron Williams. Yes, I get it. It is very risky to select Christian McCaffrey, but if he plays the entirety of the season, you know what you're getting. You're getting top three player in all of fantasy. And unfortunately, we did have Amon-Ra and Malik Nabers be selected. So I think we fell victim, unfortunately, to an auto pick there, which, it happens with these live drafts. So I guess let's see what happens if we go McCaffrey and Achane. I think, honestly, I've done this build before, but not necessarily at the 11 spot. So, that's the intrigue here to see what this looks like when we are picking one of these extreme positions. So we went Achane, we went McCaffrey. As far as PPR running backs are concerned, I think they're going to be two of the best. Now it's just a matter of what do we have available to us in the third and fourth round in order to put together a balanced squad through and through. So again, ideally, I would have started this with like a Nabers and a Achane, for example. So we can go back to that in the future to see how the squad would be different, in retrospect. But I'm not going to, pine over that too much because I still think we got two solid selections. I'm a little bit surprised by Lamar Jackson and Jaden Daniels going in the middle of the second round. I think that's too early. I say it every single season. Going a quarterback in the second round is a little too rich for my blood. And going two of them nonetheless back to back, I would pass on. Brock Bowers went at the 204. Then it was Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs, the two quarterbacks, as I mentioned, in Lamar and Jaden Daniels. Then Trey McBride at the 209. I know it's only 5 picks later, but I think it's a better value in McBride there compared to Bowers. Then A.J. Brown, Drake London, Bucky Irving, Josh Allen. So Drake London at the end of the second round, I think, is a really good value as well. The way I am looking at this right now, let's pull up the best available players. I think we're probably going to be, we're going to be right around this range. The Terrys, the Evanses, the Garrett Wilsons, Adams, Chase Brown maybe. I mean, if I stay true to my big board and if I stay true to the guys that I definitively believe in, I'd probably be going Chase Brown in terms of value at the end of the third round if he's still there. Like, I realize that, I already have HN and McCaffrey, but I think the value, when the value's there, you take it. But obviously, as soon as I say the name, I feel like, man, we've been cursed these last couple of mocks where we say the name and wouldn't you know it, a second later that player is selected, but sometimes that's how it goes, right? But to kick off the third round, let's break it down so far. Josh Allen, I'm not too surprised. Once the run on the quarterbacks begins, then the next two to round out the tier one usually follow in Allen, Jalen Hurts. Then Ladd McConkey seems like a good value in the third round. Chase Brown, good value there, even though the ADP might not agree with it. Jalen Hurts, Kyron Williams. So right now, Jackson Smith is there. Terry McLaurin, Mike Evans, T. Higgins. I think I'm honestly looking probably at a JSN. Oh, there he goes, right on cue. Let's try this again. I'm probably looking at a Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, Marvin Harrison situation here at wide receiver. If there's not too many snipes here, I think we're going to get some combination of one of those permutations that I mentioned. Alvin Kamara just went. So yeah, we're going to be able to, I think this person will go running back. As far as running backs are, oh no, Rashee Rice. Okay. Let's go. I mean, I'm going pure upside. I'm going to go Garrett Wilson. And then if I can get Marvin Harrison in the next round, I'll be happy. Terry McLaurin worries me a little bit just because what's going to happen with that situation in regards to the contract. Is he going to be happy or not? But either way, I think right now Marvin Harrison is the pick. I'm going to check that I'm not forgetting about anyone. Breece Hall, like I already have Garrett Wilson. Joe Mixon, Chuba Hubbard, no. So I'm going Marvin Harrison here. Yeah, I think that was the pick to go with. Devontae Adams was still there, sure. DJ Moore, Tyreek, DK Metcalf, who I do like. But I think Marvin Harrison has a higher upside than all of those guys. I guess it depends on what version of Tyreek Hill we get, but I don't know how you look at last season and don't have concerns regarding Tyreek Hill with the situation he was in. Man, this person's going real wide receiver heavy. Nico, Brian Thomas, Rashee Rice, DJ Moore. Curious to see how that build looks like come the 5th and the 6th round. But Breece Hall in the 4th round, I mean, good value, right? It just, is that situation going to be, a running back by committee? The fact that Justin Fields is there, how much is that going to take away from Breece Hall? Just because, last time we saw Justin Fields play a full season, the rushing yards were up there, definitely. Devontae Adams, again, in this point in the 4th round, is a good value. Wow, this might be the earliest I've seen RJ Harvey go. Middle of the 4th round. But hey, guys, I said it before when I was talking players that were undervalued at this point in time that will likely have their ADPs rise. RJ Harvey was on that list, and I firmly believe that. So we might not have seen the rise end, honestly. But it'll be curious. It'll depend on the size of the leagues. This person going on the other side of the spectrum for running backs. Again, I'm not sure how much that might be due to like set cues or auto picks or whatever the case might be. But, nothing too crazy right now, regardless of the builds people are having. Like, we're not having any picks that are way too late, way too early. And that's what you want to see, right? Mike Evans at the 407, followed by Chuba, Omarion Hampton. Look, I feel like Omarion Hampton is one of these guys that I love the player. I love the skill set. I just don't love the landing spot this season in the short term. If there's an injury to Najee Harris, okay, like, then it's definitely a different conversation. And you can make that case for like a lot of the rookie running backs after Ashton Genty and, in my opinion, RJ Harvey. But with Omarion Hampton, with guys like Caleb Johnson, with, the list goes on and on. It's a situation where I think they are better suited for a 2026 push, but we'll see. Joe Mixon afterwards. With RJ Harvey, I guess, we should mention the fact that Dobbins was signed there, but I still think it is Harvey's job. Like, Dobbins has never been that pass catcher. It's Harvey's going to be the main guy. I'm not really too worried about it. Dobbins struggles staying healthy as well. Zay Flowers, Tyreek Hill drops all the way to the end of the fourth round. I mean, at that point, I would definitely be drafting him. So say what you will. I think that that's a good value. And I do happen to think like he's going to bounce back. I don't think it's going to be as ugly as it was last year where, you were sitting Tyreek Hill at certain points where he was non-playable. But, I mean, we'll see. Maybe this is the start of the end for Tyreek Hill. Kenneth Walker, David Montgomery, Joe Burrow to kick off the fifth round, followed by Xavier Worthy. Let's see if there's any big names here that we still think are great picks. Well, DK Metcalf was on that short list, no longer an option. Okay. Right now, if I'm looking at wide receivers, I mean, Jameson Williams, Chris Godwin. Let me see if there's any other names here that I really like that I might be missing out on. Not really. Rankings, I think, have kind of caught up to the reality of the situation. Running backs, again, nothing crazy right now. So, I think we've got a balanced roster at this point in time. Let's see what tight end looks like. Laporta, TJ Hawkinson. Maybe it pays off for us to stay patient with tight end. Right now, I think we're going to get hurt by auto pick here. I really do, in regards to Williams and Chris Godwin. If one of those guys is available, I'll just pull the trigger on them. I think they have decent enough upside where they intrigue me. And, they could be a decent flex option. So, again, if we go back a little bit to the first, second round, how would this team look like if we had gone, Amon-Ra or Malik Neighbors and pair that up with Achane or McCaffrey? I would assume this person doesn't take a wide receiver here, considering the first four picks were wide receivers. But again, who knows? They're on auto picks, so unless they've queued up wide receivers, you would think that this pick will be a running back. So let's see. And I guess we go with a Chris Godwin here. Travis Hunter, it was another wide receiver, but okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Chris Godwin at this point in time. I think he should be available for the start of the season. PPR, like he's still going to get involved. I'm not saying that the rookie takeover is going to take place this year right away. So let's go with Chris Godwin. I feel like he's a guy that always, undervalued but delivers. So now we could go with a tight end, but I said that let's see what happens if we wait on that position. I think Odunze is an interesting pick. I've said that I think he can break out. And if you believe Caleb Williams is going to break out, I think somebody like Odunze is going to be a big beneficiary. And I do think Odunze is honestly the better value compared to DJ Moore. Showed great chemistry, great potential in his rookie season. No more Keenan Allen. So I like what I saw from Odunze. And having him on our bench to, potentially swap out with Chris Godwin in case Godwin runs into the injury, age, question mark part of it. this season. I think we're in an okay spot. I'm going to be really interested to see what we have available to us in the 7th round. Hopefully, we don't get it in the situation of kickers and defenses already, since we are getting more and more auto picks. But so far, so good. There goes Sam Laporta. I imagine TJ Hawkinson will follow shortly. Patrick Mahomes, yeah, there goes TJ Hawkinson. Bo Nix was the pick right after ours. Let's see how we're looking at quarterback, since we decided to, wait on that position as well. Jared Goff, Justin Fields, Justin Herbert. Yeah, I mean, just, nothing too sexy. Some upside guys with a Fields that people aren't fully sure on. But, last time he played the full season, you can't ignore the stats, the rushing upside. And we do officially have a defense being selected, much to my dismay. So maybe we make 2 more selections and kind of wrap this up. I don't want to force you guys to just be watching auto picks and kickers and defenses for the majority of the draft, or at least what's left of it. Tedero McMillan at 6'10". I continue to say that I think Tedero McMillan is going to be a better wide receiver, and just, right? We're talking fantasy producer than Travis Hunter. Now that I'm not saying that he's going to be the best rookie wide receiver. I'm just saying compared to Travis Hunter, I think the Travis Hunter hype is, overblown, and I think really playing 2 ways is going to hurt him if he stays true to that. After Tedero McMillan, it was Jared Goff, then Devonta Smith, and DeAndre Swift. Okay, so far so good. I mean, if he gets back to us, if we're going upside running backs, I guess it would be Travion Henderson, Isaiah Pacheco. Even though, again, this is the problem you run into with these rookie running backs not named Ashton Genty or Harvey. Henderson has to still contend with Ramondre. Antonio Gibson is there. So I think there are a lot of factors here where the breakout isn't going to be as easy as we would like it to be. Every single year, we want to make the rookie running backs happen, and I think sometimes we get carried away with that. Not every one of them is going to hit. I know he has the draft capital, but also let's not forget, the Patriots historically are one of these teams where they rotate out the running backs, so not too many allegiances. Right now, what are we looking at? I mean, Quinshon Judkins is still there. He's been a guy at the rookie running back position where, I could see some success for him. George Pickens, Jerry Jeudy. George Pickens is the number 2 in Dallas. It's tempting. Let's go with upside picks here. I'll go with George Pickens. I mean, God forbid something happens to CeeDee Lamb. Oh, wow. We got sniped on Quinshon Judkins. All right. Maybe should have gone there first. Let's add a tight end and start rounding out the roster. So we'll go, I guess I could also go Jerry Jeudy. But for the sake of rounding out the roster, I like David Njoku. I think if Flacco is a quarterback, he's got decent upside. Quarterbacks, we can queue up somebody. It'll probably be somebody like a, Kyler Murray, I would say. Right now, looking at the squad, or the list of players that are available, Caleb Williams went immediately after our pick. And yeah, we've gotten defenses. So let's just queue up some players, kind of call it a day. We would get the Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison stack. Wide receivers, obviously Jerry Jeudy's a good value. Jacoby Myers, just consistent, even though not a sexy name. Juwan Jennings, potentially. So, yeah, I think that for the most part, just to show you the roster so far, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison, Achane, McCaffrey, Njoku, Godwin. I went a little bit more wide receiver heavy on the bench, considering we waited until the 3rd and 4th round. to draft our starting 2 wide receivers. But I mean, that's how you kind of have to zigzag those situations when you kick off the draft that way. Let's see if we can get one more pick in. Not everyone is on auto pick, so maybe it might take a little bit longer. Jaden Reed, Brian Robinson, not a bad pick at that point in the 9th round. So, yeah, I mean, right now we've got Marvin Harrison queued up, wide receivers. It'll probably be Jacoby Myers. So, yeah, let's just give it 1 or 2 more minutes. Let's pull up the updates here so we're seeing what's going on. Khalil Shakir, okay. And I think for the most part, kind of just grading out the roster. I mean, I feel good about running back. I don't have any backups at this point in time. So, let's look at the handcuff situation at running back for McCaffrey. I mean, we've got time. I think Jordan Mason is intriguing in regards to handcuffs because, that at some point Aaron Jones is going to get hurt. Garendo here is way down the list, so we would have time to select him. It's our turn to make a pick. Let's just quickly go with, I'm going to go with Jacoby Myers first. So let's do that. Where are you? Oh, did he get picked? No, he's right there. Jacoby Myers. And then quarterbacks. Let's go with, did Kyler Murray get selected? Or no, I think we have him queued up, right? That's the situation. Kyler. Oh, no, he was already drafted. Wow, okay. I missed that. So I guess we go with the Dak Prescott, pair him up with a potential Pickens. And that's the remainder of the squad. Let me know your guys' thoughts on it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. But again, as always, if you guys enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe, give us a follow on Twitter, X at AllDayPigskin to continue interacting with us there. In the meantime, we'll see you guys in future videos.